Hello and welcome to Y Space. God bless my allergies. Um, Becca's laughing at me because I have a bit of a cough today. But anyway,
You're bored.
I was trying to get it out. Welcome to episode 108.
Look at us.
I mean, just flying through.
Just like our marriages. I feel like this is the thing we've stuck to the most.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes I enjoy it more too. I mean, just to be honest. Okay, well, we have an exciting show today. We've had the NFL draft since our last recording.
Yeah.
And we've had a ton of Taylor talk, so we'll have much to cover in that area. But as always, we'll kick it off with our very own Kim Kardashian legal expert. Becca, do you have any legal news for the audience?
Sorry, I just got a phone call, and you know how sidetrack. How it types out the voicemail that was left. And this
Uh-huh.
percent this has to be a spam call, but it says this is Sergeant Anderson with the Bay County Sheriff's Office. I don't know where the Bay County is. I was trying to contact you today regarding a very urgent matter. Could you call me back? But the area code he gives me is a Missouri number. Bay County Sheriff? Listen, if you're going
Bay,
to try and get me on a scam, you got to do better than that.
Bay County is in Panama City, Florida.
Okay, well, that phone number he gave is not Florida, and
Oh, well, there's also one in Michigan.
I've never been to Michigan, so I think you have the wrong Rebecca Baker.
Well,
Anyways,
we may have a different legal update next week.
guys, maybe a different background.
We've had a lot of questions in the legal space. I guess, what is this called right now, Becca? Is this the pretrial hearings for the Blake Lively
Yes, all the
case?
pretrial motions. It's like their last
Okay, so I didn't
effort.
know we like went to court over that.
Yeah, it's where you have to kind of go. I think they'll also talk about jury selection and how they want to manage for that. Which, how are you going to find 12 jurors that have not heard anything about this?
Well, I think that every time there's any big case.
That's true. It's like you have to have a panel of like older people who don't keep up with pop culture news. They only watch like Fox News or, you know what I mean? Newsmax.
So, are you saying you think I would get rejected in the jury pool?
1,000,000% they would reject us because the lawyers would for sure Google our names and be like, they talk about this so all the time.
Much lawyers.
Right. All of this. Yeah. So, but it's
Um,
a last ditch effort of like, we don't want this to come into trial. We don't want them to be able to bring this person as a witness. We don't think that this person's actually, as qualified as they're saying that they are. So it'll be a lot of stuff. But then they've got to start going through jury selection here pretty soon because that's going to take a while to weed out.
yeah, and we're
Even
like
there's been
19
several
days for
cases
kicking it
where they'll
off.
have to like bring people in and they question them and they throw the whole pool out and have to bring in another group.
Oh,
So
geez. I feel
it'll
like
be
her attorneys are going to be real picky.
100%. She's probably going to want all females. But honestly,
I
I
mean,
don't think that's not the group you want because the females are probably going to be a little bit more harsh.
yeah, she could wear something attractive and the men would be mesmerized. So
That's untrue.
she's still pretty. So,
And I think because here's the thing, when Amber Heard can be prettier when she dresses up, but the way that she styled her hair and the clothes that she wore to trial, you're like, you just look like an angry librarian every day. And that didn't help her either. I mean, like her on the stand didn't help her and all the witnesses, but you could have tried to help her
yeah.
a little.
Well, but Blake is the
She's
queen of a
different.
pantsuit.
And good hair.
So I feel like,
She's got good
yeah.
hair.
Oh, she has the best hair.
I did
So
want
yeah,
to
we
point
had,
out, I was reading because you sent me the live tweet. I can't remember the guy's name, but it was like
yeah.
live tweeting the pretrial hearing. I
Hmm.
love the shade that Justin's attorneys were throwing at Blake and being like, listen, it's not our fault she had a failed business. She's had several failed businesses. And I'm like, that's great. I love that for her.
Yeah.
You know, she was seething when they were talking about that.
Is she there for the pretrial stuff?
I don't know.
I haven't
typically
seen any
they
pictures of
are,
her going into the court, so
but with her their status, maybe they don't have them for this.
yeah. Well, yeah, we've had a lot of questions. People have wondered if we're already following along, and we're trying to.
Yeah,
But yeah, so we're about 19 days when we're recording this from
yeah,
the kickoff. So we'll be
I know.
prepared.
Listen, I
I
don't
did
usually
see
keep
where
up
your
with.
friend,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I saw where your friend Corey Richards or whatever her name is, did not get her trial or her, what do you
The
call it?
sentencing.
Her sentencing. I was like, it's not judgment, but
Yeah, we already know that.
so we talked last week about how it was going to be on the actual birthday of May 13th, and the judge said, I don't care.
Yeah,
Any other?
I just don't know. I bet she just didn't have a solid reason. Like, why does it need to be extended? Because usually the judge will extend if it's like, I have people that are coming to give like character statements or anything like that to speak on or victim impact or anything, and they can't be there on that date, then the judge is a little bit more considerate. But if you're just saying you want to change it because like, listen, you're already getting life. I don't know why you want to wait to hear that.
Well, what's another week? I
Yeah.
mean,
But that'll be next week or the next week. Whenever.
that'd be 2 weeks from now.
So I'll be watching that.
Yeah, yeah. Any other trials or hearings we need to know about? Oh, I gotta tell you something legal that happened.
Oh, please do.
Aaron was like flipping through Netflix the other day, and he goes, "What is this Iowa murder? Or no, Idaho murders?" And I was like, "You don't,
Aaron.
you don't know about the Idaho murders?" And he was like, "No, what happened?" So I was like giving him the whole play by play, and he was like, "Well, how do they know it was that guy?" And I was like, "Oh, Aaron." Well, I mean,
Lord.
I felt like I was doing a poor job as a wife. Terrible.
Well, and I guess that trial didn't really turn out to be much because as soon as they got there, he was like, let me just plead guilty.
Yeah. By the way, I did it.
Right. It was me.
Um,
And you're going to figure
he
that
had
out.
a lot of questions though. He was like, "Well, why did he kill all of them? And why were the boys there?" And I was like, "Oh my, so many questions." I was like, "You'll need to submit those to our inbox, and then we'll get back to you."
We'll see if we answer our questions at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shoot.
Um,
Yeah.
well, we have some entertainment news today.
A little bit. A little
A little
bit.
bit. We had Stagecoach, which
I forgot that was a thing.
same, but I have a question.
Okay.
I think that or this may be a statement, not a question. I think we could handle Stagecoach.
It's like, wait, is this elder millennial Coachella? Like, it's a little bit
Well,
nicer
and it's like
outside.
country.
Yeah, and it's country. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
So I
could.
think we can do it.
Yeah. Listen,
Um, the Mahomes did it, so if they can do it, we can do it.
they do. And after I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, they go pretty much every year. I remember Brittany posting pictures that they go.
Yeah. I forgot. I didn't guess I
It's
knew
an
that it was happening.
influencer event. Coachella is just influencers and the young kids. And
Yeah.
listen,
Which we've got an interesting question about
you need
influencers
like a
today.
reasonable stage time where you're going to perform. And then, like, let's go out for dinner afterwards while we're not
Yeah.
like dripping sweat. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a little bit
Where
nice.
did Stagecoach happen?
Is
Your internet is pitiful today.
listen. Oh, it's in California. Indio, California.
Is that the desert too?
Yeah.
Why do we do everything in the desert? It's hot.
Right. What's wrong with the good indoor AC? You know what I
Listen,
mean?
I'll tell you, Brittany Mahomes looked like $1 million, but Lord, she didn't have many clothes on.
Well, because she was going to be sweating.
I know that may be our problem though, because I don't know that I can dress like that.
No, I could do like a tank top and some like athletic shorts, but it's not going to be cute. It's just going to be
Oh,
comfy.
yeah. I don't think that's the vibe. I don't think that's the
No,
vibe.
no.
We'll work on it before next year. But yeah, so we had that. We've got some new music coming out. Ariana Grande has announced a new album coming out July 31st. I put in the notes, who cares?
Listen, I went to type that out and I saw that you had put it, and I was like, fantastic. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So Billie Eilish also did an interview this week, which again, hashtag who cares. But she said she's halfway done with her next album, and she did clarify that there has been no falling out with Finneas, which brings me to my next topic. Did you see, and this is not in the notes, that the UMG artists got their first payout from Spotify thanks to Taylor?
No, I did not.
Yeah, because when she signed her deal and finally
Yeah,
put her music on Spotify, it was where all artists at UMG, the Universal Music Group, would get payouts in cash from Spotify. And so
right,
yesterday was the first day. And I thought it was really funny because all the people throwing shade on Twitter were like, oh, all those people that hate Taylor getting a paycheck today. And they were like, how about you, Phineas? Because, he says all that shady stuff about her, which I
right.
loved.
You're never gonna give credit
Um,
where
no, but I guess some of you may care that they have albums coming out. So good news for you. I saw Chris Brown has an album coming out.
he isn't he going on tour with Usher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
I
he's
mean,
in
flashback to the early 2000s.
seriously. But you know what? People will go
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be a great show for like dancing and stuff.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Katy Perry has announced she has a tour film premiering at the Tribeca Film Festival. Now, that should tell you something. If your film is going to start at a film festival,
I feel like, listen, we're not in the entertainment industry and we are not like PR crisis people either.
no.
However, I feel like
Mm,
maybe read the room right now, take a beat. You got a lot
yeah.
of legal stuff coming at you. Is this
Yeah.
you want to promote something and hope that it does well?
Yeah. Yeah. It's real shady. I did see this clip the other day on TikTok where Russell Brand, which if you don't know, he used to be married to Katy Perry.
And they both got the
He was,
same allegations coming at them.
yeah, and apparently he was like preaching at a church and
Yeah.
her parents were there.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. And so I didn't know Katie's mom's name is Mary Perry. It's a lot.
That's
Um,
fantastic.
but anyway, he was like preaching and he was like, my ex-wife's parents are here and I'm really happy. They apparently led him to the Lord. And he goes, the thing about Katie is I was okay when she was married with Orlando Bloom, but he was like, Justin Trudeau? I was like, sir, we are all thinking that. Like, no, no. Um, but also speaking of,
I'm gonna stay with her because I mean I don't know what he
well, I
does
mean,
for
he's kind of
a living.
shady too.
Yeah, but you don't need both of you having bad PR. Like one of you is supposed to uplift the other, right?
Yeah, but what's he gonna do now?
I don't know. How's he making money?
Oh, I don't know. Surely well, in the United States, former presidents get paid for the rest of their lives.
Prime
I don't
ministers
know
are
about the prime minister in Canada.
listen. But even if he does, that can't be a lot. It can't be
Oh, I
like a
wouldn't.
Cal Katy Perry caliber lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like she's jet setting. What are you
Well,
gonna be
maybe
like?
that's why he's with her.
Well, good for him.
But speaking of being with people, Zoe Kravitz and Harry Styles are engaged. Do you think she'll finally make it down the aisle, though?
Well, now neither of them strike me as actually getting married. They strike me as like
No.
a Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell type situation. Like,
Yeah, like we're betrothed,
first,
but we're not wedded.
right, but I don't need the government to sign off saying
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, because we asked because she was engaged to Channing Tatum for a long time.
Yeah.
Um,
Makes sense because I see Channing Tatum getting married. Zoe to me gives that like lifelong partner type vibe.
well, and again, this is just what the
This is just us
pay.
talking. We don't know.
Yeah, this is what Twitter is saying, but they're saying that Harry really wants a family, which I think I could see. Um,
Bill.
but that is apparently why she and Channing broke up because he wanted to have another kid.
Maybe she just didn't want Channing's kids.
I mean, he does have big ears. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Guy,
Um,
maybe that's gotta
yeah,
come out. So
yeah.
here's my
Um,
they get married. Is Zoe gonna wear the wedding dress or is Harry gonna wear the wedding
Well, see, my question is, how awkward is this all going to be that Taylor's going to, like, Zoe's probably going to be at Taylor's wedding and Taylor's probably going to be at her wedding.
The whole Taylor and Harry breaking up didn't seem quite as nasty as some of the other relationships.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
like the
think
last time we saw them in public, like acknowledging each other at some awards show, that was before Taylor's version of 1989 came out.
you know, mature enough to move past this.
We've all grown up. Okay. Okay, well, congratulations to the happy couple.
Yeah,
But speaking of our favorite couple, let's get to Taylor talk.
we
As the kids say today, we got fed this week.
we really did. Look at you with
You
it.
know, I'm very hip. So came out this week that Taylor did an interview with the New York Times, and
Yes.
I sent Becca about 387 text messages
Yeah,
of
you did.
clips, and then I found the full version. Um, but it was happening in real time, so
And I was
you know.
so overwhelmed because you were sitting up and I was trying to watch it. And I was like, can't keep up.
But it's about being what is it, the top 30 songwriters or whatever. Um, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was a great interview. She looked
Her talk about her craft. Like that's always very interesting to get her insight.
well, especially the songwriting part of it,
Yeah.
because it's so unique to her because she is like one of the greatest. And I feel like she's so much more passionate about that than when she talks about like touring and stuff like that.
Yes. I did really appreciate how she was subtly throwing shade at all those weirdos on TikTok that like try and break down every song and they're like, well, according to the stars and how they aligned on this date, and when she released the song, it's actually about da 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 da. And she's like, that's creepy, guys. Don't do that.
Yeah. There was some pushback on that in our inbox about the specific comment about her saying that it weirded her out when they did like paternity tests on the songs.
It should. It's weird.
Well, so we have the pushback in our inbox. Well, so a couple people were saying to us, like, yeah, but she's the one that started the whole Easter egg thing. And I'm like, well, there's a different, I didn't respond to you people, but there's a difference between like dropping fun little Easter eggs and like the science that some of y'all do.
But she's also always said the Easter eggs are never about her personal life.
Yep.
So when you
True.
get creepy with it, that's she's
Yeah.
dropping Easter eggs about like release dates and music videos and different things like that, like how it correlates. She's not dropping hints
Yeah.
on like her wedding date.
Now, you typically have, I wouldn't say negative, but some differing opinions on her fashion. How did you feel about her outfit in the interview?
Hated it. I did not like
Okay.
it.
What was not the vibe for you?
It was giving early 2000s, which I realize that's coming back in style.
Okay.
But it just was like, I don't know. Back in the day when you could get outfits that like you could wear and then your baby doll could wear and they matched and they were just cheap, ugly looking. That's what it was giving to me. I just, the shirt that's like the thin old school camisole that you would have gotten from Hollister, but then it's got a tail down the side. And you're Taylor Swift and you have such good style. You could have worn you could have done jeans and like a bodysuit on top. That would have looked great. Listen, you wear what's comfortable to you, but it was just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Did
It
you
was the
like
skirt. No, it was the skirt that threw me though, because she's always, and listen, if I had those legs, I'd be showing them off too.
it? If my boobs looked that good in that top?
Yeah, the top was fine to me. It was the skirt that I didn't appreciate, and the strappy sandals. I didn't like that.
No. But I
Um,
liked when she did like the flowy, that bridal era outfit that she wore a few weeks ago that we saw that was like the cream colored skirt with the black
that
top.
was the same skirt.
No, it was not.
Oh, I thought it
That was
was.
like a solid silk one. This one had like seam lines down the front and on the side. It was giving very much Coachella vibes, but like I've showered at Coachella.
I've showered. Well, we also got an outing this week. She went to dinner with her dad, Ashley Avignon, Jared Carmichael, and Jack Antonoff.
Randy Stark needed that dinner so badly.
I needed the dinner. I needed the interview when she talked about Jack. I needed Jack on Howard Stern talking about not being on Life of a Showgirl and being fine in a deep friendship. I needed it all.
Yeah.
And now I just need Gracie Abrams to say something, and then I'll be fine.
Yeah, that one's just a weird one that it's been
Yeah,
silent.
it's so weird. I'm convinced it has to do with the Paul Mescal relationship and his friendship with Joe Alwyn, but nobody's asked me, so.
That's fair. That's fair. The other
But
thing that
yeah.
I got from Taylor this week was that she
Mhm.
filed 3 trademarks to protect her voice.
Yes, or what is it, her name? Yeah, she did her own NIL
She
deal.
did. She did. Which I love that this basically she's using her resources to go ahead and set a legal precedence for artists against AI. So that all of
Yep.
these up and coming artists or artists that just aren't as big and don't have as many resources in the future aren't going to have to spend as much money because she has already set that legal precedence. Like, I don't think that people realize, if you want to call it, the activism that she does for artists so that they
Mhm.
are being paid for and getting credit for their actual work. And I love that she does that and that she's smart enough to do it so far in advance.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, we talked earlier about the Ariana Grande album coming out. This will be the first one that Ariana has put out on her own record label. Because she had the big breakup with Scooter Braun and all of that. And so this will be the first one that she owns the masters to. And again, that's a precedence that Taylor has set.
Yep.
So I don't know. Stories came out this week that Taylor and Travis bought a horse.
Which did, did they both already have a horse or did he have a horse before?
Just him. He's got the swift delivery.
That's right. Ah, what's
They bought one apparently called Puma, that will be in the Kentucky Derby this weekend,
which does lead you to believe that they will be there.
which is what all the Twitter hards are saying. So
Which
we shall see.
gone multiple years. Like
Oh yeah,
that's the
yeah,
thing that he's done. So
yeah.
that would not be me.
So I'm all for it. So we'll
Listen,
see.
we'll be watching for clips.
Yeah.
Like Kentucky Derby, she could really enjoy that fashion because she likes to wear those summer dresses and even when she goes to like Wimbledon and stuff, like she's good
Yeah.
at picking out those outfits.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm pretty excited to find out. That's this weekend along with the what do they call it? The Grand Prix
Oh yeah,
down in, down in Miami that
yeah.
Patrick and Travis have gone to.
Yep. Because aren't or at
They
least
own that race car with Ryan Reynolds.
that's right. But aren't there like 700 investors on that
Oh,
race card?
yeah. I mean,
Which is
pretty much we could
crazy
have
because
got some
then
ownership.
how are you making money off of that? Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not
So, I mean, they
investing.
could be there too. What if they went to both?
I mean, they could
I mean, when you have your own plane, you can do whatever you want.
go wherever you want.
So we'll see. We'll keep you posted. All right. Without further ado, would you like to talk about the NFL draft?
Would like to talk about the NFL draft.
What were your initial feelings?
It wasn't as exciting this year.
It's because I wasn't excited about the first pick for me.
That's fair. It was kind of a boring.
Well, I didn't feel like there were a lot of really big names that I was like dying to see where they went. I mean, yes, we were dying to make sure Parva, whatever, didn't go, Pavia didn't go anywhere, and that worked out until recently. But yeah, there wasn't like a real big name that I was like tracking, you know?
No, I would
And I
agree with
didn't
you
really, now, I was a little surprised, I will say, speaking of our Chiefs, I was a little surprised that we traded up 3 spots.
for really nothing.
I,
We gave away a lot.
that's what I was like, I mean, I feel like he'd have still been there at 9.
Right. You didn't, unless they had been tipped off that somebody ahead of them was going to take him.
I don't
But
know, it was weird.
yeah, here's my thing that I've always thought about the draft. You don't draft these guys thinking they're a plug and play situation. Every
Oh, surely
player
not.
that you draft, for the most part, is somebody that you're going to have to develop.
Yeah,
So it's just weird to me that, you know, and we'll get into it when we start talking about some quarterbacks that got drafted, but people getting real up in arms because they're not drafting them. Besides Fernando, and who knows? his situation will look like, but they're not drafting them to be starters.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna call it right now. He will, if he starts, he will not be successful.
No.
Not this first year.
I think they will start out with Kirk Cousins, which I do think that Kirk
I
Cousins
thought
is
they did that.
a great mentor for Fernando to have. Plus, you've also got
Yeah.
Tom Brady in there as well.
Yeah.
I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to last a whole season. I think he's going to get hurt.
Oh, yeah. Well,
His
and he's coming off not really having played much.
no, and he gets plowed a lot, and his ribs are always a problem for him.
Well, they are older, like ours.
Yeah, yeah. The
So, yeah.
way I was a quarterback, and somebody was running at me, the way I would turn around and run the other way. Don't mind me.
Be like Waterboy going the wrong direction. Um, we were unfortunately really excited to see Diego Pavia not get drafted, but then the Baltimore Ravens came in and I
Well,
don't
at
know
first
why.
they just
What are
put him
they doing?
in mini camp, and then they signed him to a 3-year deal. But then
Before he even got to the mini camp.
right, what are we worth? Turns out the new Ravens coach, Mr. One Jesse Mentor, is close
Hmm.
friends with one Mr. Clark Lee, who is the coach at Vanderbilt. Close personal friends. So we have made a deal
Oh,
to help each other out. And
oh.
venturing to guess that was.
Have you seen the video of Diego around the draft when he was throwing the money in the Mexican nightclub?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty on
Just
brand, really, if you ask me.
here's the thing though, like at this day and age in sports, like we do have to start looking at what our players are doing in their personal lives and putting on social media. And
Yep.
did Diego have a great season with Vanderbilt? Absolutely. But you didn't know his name until last year. And then he
Yeah.
chooses to, the way that he behaved after the Heisman, the fact that he's always planked by his two brothers who both have criminal records, a mom who constantly looks like she's trying to start up an OnlyFans. Like
Hmm.
you're just surrounding yourself with people that aren't going to make you great. Then you get on and to answer the question about your maturity, you're like, well, your frontal lobe's not fully formed until you're like 24, 25. So I've still got another year. Sure. What?
Very scientific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be, what's that Italian guy that was, I think he's a backup on the Danny on the Patriots, maybe?
You talking
I
about
just,
Tommy DeVito?
Tommy DeVito. I think Diego Pavia is going to be Tommy DeVito, where like he's just he gets clicks, but he doesn't actually play football. We don't
Yeah.
trust you to actually go on the field.
The whole quarterback room for the Ravens makes no sense to me. I
It's
mean, you've got Lamar, but
mhm.
whatever there. His backup is Tyler Huntley. They signed another guy, wasn't it the UConn quarterback this week?
No.
I think it was the UConn quarterback. So again, you've never heard of him. And then Diego Pavia. What are we doing? I'm gonna tell
Listen,
you right now, if John Harbaugh was there still, this would have
mm-mm.
never happened.
Well, I mean, obviously they
Never
still have
would
the
have happened.
opportunity to put him on like practice squad, but I don't know. And I don't know, like, what does your 3-year contract look like? Do you have guaranteed money on that? Does that still stay in play if you're
Well,
moved to
and if
practice
you
squad?
see, that's what my question is because the practice squad guys don't make anything near what a contract player makes.
You're still making 6 figures, but it's low 6 figures.
Yeah. I mean, I could live on it, but
Right.
you know.
Be fine on it.
What did you think about the rest of the Chiefs picks?
Um, well, they got Garrett Nussmeier, which
Yeah, good practice
I've
squad.
gone, I've gone back and forth on that one because here's the thing. I do understand that Garrett sat on the sidelines basically for 3 years waiting for his turn. Then
Hmm.
once he does have the opportunity to play, you've got Brian Kelly who kills him on the field and then turns around and slaughters him in PR in the media when he does press conferences. So like I don't know that Garrett ever got a full opportunity to show us everything. Do I
Hmm.
think he's going to be successful? Not right now, not for a few years at least. But I do think that he has a great opportunity of going into that quarterback room and learning a heck of a lot because that's a great
Yeah.
court to sit in and be mentored.
So he did drop, the experts, I guess, thought originally that he was going to go higher, but then it came out in the physicals that he's got some kind of cyst on his spinal cord, which I feel like we should get that taken care of.
Well, yeah, because they were saying that was what was causing the oblique issue. So surely
Hmm.
he's having that taken out by now.
I don't know.
Otherwise, you're going to
You
keep
know,
playing.
his, his dad is a coach for the New Orleans Saints.
Yes.
And I noticed that when they called Garrett, that Andy was like, "Is your dad there?" And
Yeah.
he's
So
like,
how
"Yeah,
do you?
he's here." And so I wondered if this was like a favor.
Would you hate that? Like, you
Yeah.
know, I guess you get in the door how you can get in the door, but
Yeah. I don't see it amounting to much. I don't see him having any kind of NFL career. I do think it calls into question if the Chiefs are going to keep, and I don't know how you say his last name, but that Chris Olandunkoon or whatever, he's been on the practice squad for a long time. Um, Makes me wonder if they're going to keep him because now we've got Justin Fields
yeah.
and we've got Garrett and we've got him. I don't know. Just makes me wonder. But
Yeah.
maybe you need four. I don't know.
I mean, I guess they did fine in the draft picks. Really, once you start drafting like cornerbacks and defensive linemen, which we needed, those areas, those aren't really names that stick out that you remember from
No,
college.
ironically, the ones that we got in like the undrafted stage were the ones I've heard the most hype about, like the running back
Yeah.
from Nebraska, the wide receiver from Cincinnati, and it seemed like the players were more excited about them.
Yeah. I don't know.
So,
It'll be interesting to see. I just,
yeah,
you can't really tell a whole lot by a draft pick. You just never know. Because how many
yeah,
first rounders are even still playing? A lot of them don't
yeah,
last.
no, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think next year's draft will be super interesting because I feel like we're going to have
Yeah. He's going to need
um
a stellar year this year.
the Arkansas quarterback Taylon Green got picked up by the Browns.
He sure did.
I think that's going to be a wide receiver situation.
Probably. Can we talk about Ty Simpson?
Yeah, I mean, you
Listen,
should want to talk about him, right?
I first off, he went much faster in the draft than I thought he would.
I don't think even he thought he was going that early.
No, I don't. And apparently he had already met with McVay and all of them, like had meetings
Hmm.
prior to the draft. I don't appreciate how McVay acted in the
This
combine.
is
It was
Matthew's
very
team.
much, yeah. No one, again, this goes back to we're not drafting players that we think you guys are going to start. No one
Yeah,
thinks he's going to come into the Rams and take over for Matthew Stafford. That was not a
yeah,
thought in anyone's mind. And if it
no,
was, it's from people that don't actually watch football. But it was
yeah,
very much giving Stefanski on how he acted last year with Shador. Even though we know we're not Shador fans, it angers me to no end. Even if you didn't want him, even if that wasn't your pick, the GM went above your head and did whatever.
hmm,
Don't make that moment about you. Don't take away from how special that is because they'll never get another draft night. And all the media got around Ty Simpson was how McVay acted. And then McVay wants to come out the very next day and be like, you guys are reading too much into that. I was just having a rough day. I'm real pumped. I just, want to make sure I'm being protective. And it's Matthew. Sir, shut up. You and Vrabel need to shut up.
Well, I was gonna say, his name's been tossed out too. With apparently there's some more coaches that were involved with
Listen.
Coach Vrabel's friend. Um, yeah, I don't know. I thought that vibe was weird. I think Ty Simpson's a weird pick that early.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a weird pick for LA. I just go for
40, but I didn't think he'd go 13.
no, that was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, we've got some free agents still available.
Yeah.
So this week, Aaron Rodgers, the Steelers placed a rare first right of refusal on him. So basically, that means if he decides to come back and play this year, they have to pass on him first for him to go with any other team.
Practically already in May and you haven't decided.
Yeah, he's just
Team.
typical Aaron Rodgers behavior. Um, MVS, Marquez Valdez Scantling has gone to the Cowboys.
But you know what? Good for him for still getting picked up by teams.
Yeah. I mean, more power to you. Every time I turn around, he's quitting to be a rapper and then he gets signed. I don't know. It's kind of like when you're at a restaurant, you get up to go to the bathroom, and then your food comes. It's kind of what's happening with him. Um,
Out of money as a rapper, and he's like, let me go get signed to some guaranteed money. I'll play one game, and then I'm
yeah.
going to go back and be a rapper. And then when I run out, I'll get signed to another team. And it's working for him because no one else has picked up on his pattern.
Well, and he doesn't stay there long enough to show how terrible he is.
Right? Listen,
So,
some of these guys are better than we think at the business side.
yeah. So there's a lot of free agents still available that are a lot of big names.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Tyrod Taylor for quarterbacks.
Okay, Russell Wilson, we gotta for a minute
Um, I
because he
feel
was
like Sierra's learned to cook or something.
listen, home dude. He was like one of the celebrity guests, I guess, for the Savannah Bananas, the fun like baseball team, whatever. I don't even know what you call them, entertainment for baseball. Anyway, he was out there. Homeboy has had some burgers during the off season and enjoyed himself, which listen, rightfully so, my brother. Go retire and enjoy life. But they showed a clip of
So we know you're done.
right, him running to first base. My man,
It was rough.
it was rough. I mean, it looked like
Um,
me running to first base. I could have beat him, and that's saying a lot.
he was rumored to have gone to work out for the Jets this week, which I'm like, okay, if the Jets don't even pick you up, you got to know it's time to call it.
Yeah. Or if the Jets even think they have an opportunity to pick you up, you should know your time has come.
Yeah. Um,
Rough.
Kareem Hunt is still out there in the running backs that are available. I
Well,
I wish we'd go get him. I don't, not yet. Um, Wide receivers, there's some big names: Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Debo Samuel, Jawan Jennings, Keenan Allen, Brandon Cooks.
I
I'd
don't
take
see
all of
Brandon
them.
Cooks.
I'd take Jawan Jennings. I'd
Ethan
probably take
Jennings.
Debo too.
You think
I mean, before I'm taking Stephon or Tyreek, yes.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we think Tyreek's gonna get picked up? He's gonna go to the Jets, isn't he?
I don't know. He's not healthy.
No,
He
but
wouldn't pass a physical.
he sure thinks he's coming to the Chiefs, or he's trying.
Ugh, y'all. Tight ends, David, I don't know how Njoko,
Uh-huh.
Jonnu Smith, Darren Waller, Taysom Hill. I'm
I
shocked
think
that
the
the
joke
Saints
up.
haven't re-signed Taysom. He's like a cornerstone of their team.
Yeah, Darren Waller probably needs to go back and re-retire.
Yeah, he was trying to rap too. Um, a lot of linemen on defense. I don't know.
Progression NFL to rapper.
Darren
That's
Waller's been dead to me for a minute since he divorced Kelsey Plum, so
fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
There's some big names on defense available: Joey Bosa and Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan is rumored to be talking to the Chiefs, which I would not be angry about. Um, and then Kyle Van Noy, I'm surprised the Ravens haven't re-signed him.
Me too. He has too
I
much
don't get that.
to go anywhere, but like the Ravens or maybe Philadelphia. All of their players seem really mean.
I've been wondering, L'Jarius Sneed is available too. I've been wondering if the Chiefs might go back for him, but
I
I
don't
don't
think
know. The Diggs family's not doing too well because Stephon and Trayvon are available.
well, and
So,
Nippon's got quite a few legal cases against him, so
well, and he's been wilding out on social media about Cardi B, which
yeah, listen, that
not a
CT
good time.
is kicking in real early for some of these guys.
Yeah. We also, it's not in the notes, but I guess we've got the official announcement now that the Saudis are no longer funding the Live Tour.
Right.
Um,
It was like, why is that in the news? Didn't we know that a few weeks ago? But I guess it was like officially official.
but apparently today they are announcing a whole new board of directors that are going to be focused on going to try to fund the tour. So,
Probably. This was fun to
yeah.
try, and see if you guys
Yeah.
could do something, but you can't. I have heard a bunch of the players are calling the PGA to be like, what do we have to do? Listen,
And
Brooks,
they're going to have some stiff penalties.
yeah, you're not going to get it. And I feel like Brooks had a lot that he had to do to get back into it and a lot of money he had to pay. But you've got all these other players that were way more rude when they were handling it. And so I think when the PGA is going to come up with some way to get some of these players back, I think it's going to be very stiff penalties, and I think it's going to be two categories because some of those players, Bryce DeChambeau and Phil Mickelson, sued the PGA when they left. Those two are going to have a long road ahead of them to try and get back in the good graces.
Yeah, it's not a good vibe.
No.
It's not the position I would want to be in, but we'll see.
I
Um, any other sports news that you've encountered?
think so. I think besides the live, that was all I had in there.
Okay. Well, would you like to answer some questions? I feel like we've got some good ones today.
Let's answer some questions. Yeah.
Okay. So from Cooper, I do appreciate that I could pronounce all these names today too.
Thank you.
Um, he, I think I looked him up. Yeah, it was he. He asked, are power couples becoming brands, not just relationships? And I think that we were asked this in relationship to the Taylor and Travis stuff.
So that does seem to be the trend where it's more of like a PR type situation. Um, it's really more for the business side that we see couples. But I think that's because the couples that are actually in healthy, happy relationships aren't out there flaunting it or using their relationship for media, like the Tom and Zendaya, the Harry and Zoe. I even put Travis and Taylor, they're not out there promoting their relationship. Now, are they out there as a couple doing things? Don't joke. Yes, they
Yeah.
are, but they're not doing interviews together and investing things together and then going into the media and, talking about it. But
Yeah. So I think that because this person has asked some other questions about Taylor and Travis, I think that it was in relationship to that. I will say, I don't think that they are becoming more of a brand on their own. I think that society is making them that way. Um, but yeah, I think the real couples, the people I think could actually make it, I don't think they would want anything to do with being a brand.
no.
Um, those kind of people strike me as the people who would go get like a reality show
Yeah.
or something like that.
That's
They,
a
these people,
that's a good comparison to it. The people that are trying to
uh,
make off of being a couple.
yeah. So I don't know, but it kind of leads to this next question, which we have talked a lot about on here.
Hmm.
From Hannah, with the Met coming up, which is that's Monday, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, because it's first Monday in May. Yeah. With the Met coming up, are influencers losing cultural influence versus traditional celebs?
Yeah. I think we have to even back out. We've swung so far on the pendulum of influencers being everywhere, involved in everything. And it was too much that I think now we're
Yeah.
kind of swinging back to that traditional celebrity because it was like, okay, the influencers have been in our face too much and they don't have talent. And you're putting them in places where people with actual talent should be. And so now I think we're getting to a point of being like, okay, that's enough. We've seen enough and we're done. So I think we've got to even the field back out.
Yeah. I think it also depends, a couple things. I think it depends on your age and like where you live online of how you feel about this question.
That is true.
Because I do spend a lot of time on TikTok. And I think if you spend a lot of time on TikTok, influencers are still very much a thing.
Yeah.
But if you're not on TikTok, I don't even think that, like, I don't even know how you would encounter influencers anymore.
Yeah. They would just be all these people showing up and you're like, who are they? What are they known for? Now, I
Yeah.
do think we're still going to see a bunch of influencers at the Met. I don't think we've started pulling away from them just yet. But I also think the Met's one of those things where, yes, you have to be invited, but you have to pay a whole bunch of money. And influencers
Yeah.
just don't strike me as being good at budgeting and investing and saving because I think they think their window's going to stay open forever. We're always going to make this money.
Yeah.
Let's spend it going to the Met.
Do you think Alex Earl will be there?
I don't.
I hope not. I gotta be honest with you. Um,
She's never gone in the
no,
past, has she?
no, no.
I don't think
Hang
she'll
on.
be there.
Come in. Please hold. I've got to plug in.
Minor details, making sure we stay charged up.
But I also think again that it depends on your age. I think like we're kind of on the outer rim of even knowing about influencers.
Right.
Because I'd say a lot of my friends don't know the names of influencers, that especially my friends that don't have TikTok.
That's
Um, they don't
that's
even know who they are.
TikTok.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Um,
should I have TikTok? But other than that, like, how do these people not know?
I'm pretty sure my mom did have TikTok because I remember sharing like TikToks with her. So,
That's awesome.
um, all right, from Stella, what trend or headline needs to disappear immediately?
Oh no, I didn't answer this question. What trend or
Oh,
headline?
I thought I knew your answer. I feel like I have a guess on your answer for this and the last one.
Okay, well, go ahead and give your answer and then say what I'm gonna say.
Okay, so headlines that need to disappear. All of the Gaylor Kingdom.
Oh, that's yeah.
And
You
then
really want that.
honestly, this is tough for me, but really anything dealing with Blake and Ryan.
Well, listen, we need to get through the trial, but then I think we're done. We should never have
I
to
don't
see those
know.
things.
She might be, but I don't think he is. And man, he looks, to be honest with you, he looks worse than her to me in all of this.
Yeah, but he's come out unscathed.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. Have you had time to think of one?
If I'm going to go with like a trend that needs to disappear, I don't know
Hmm.
why we're reverting back to the early 2000s fashion, like the
Well,
old
that's
Charles.
funny because that's
Is that
relates to
what
the next question.
oh, yeah, yeah. I think we're done with that. I think we're not bringing back the low rise that barely comes above your butt crack. That's
Yeah.
not that's not a thing we're bringing back. Um, and also the tank under a shirt that's got the lace underneath. We're not doing that again, guys.
Oh, I did not know that was trying to make a
We
comeback.
should have done that the first time. We can't do it again. Yeah.
Um, do you remember O Town?
Heck yeah. Ashley
I
Parker.
saw they're doing like a reunion tour right now, and they
Listen,
look
it's
awful.
embarrassing. It's
I
like watching
mean,
the NSYNC boys and the Backstreet Boys trying to dance and do their old songs. It doesn't hit the same when you're in your late 40s. You know what I
and you
mean?
don't look as good.
No.
So,
Your
yeah, it's
dad
rough.
bod doing those dances, stop. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing all of us.
God, it's rough.
It just doesn't land the same as it did when we were, 16, 15.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
definitely a vibe. Um,
yeah.
but speaking of that, from Anna, what is something or what's something from the 2000s that needs to come back?
Okay. So for
After you
this,
just said that nothing needs to come back.
just the fashion. I think in the early 2000s, the minding our business and not having access to as much information needs to come back.
Oh,
Like,
that's a good one. Yeah.
just we're too in the know of everything. Facebook
Yeah.
needs to go back to just being your status updates and some pictures. That's it. I think again, we've swung too far on the pendulum of we know way more than we should know. It we got enough stuff going on in our own life. I can't also be worried about the entire world and everybody's everything.
Um, to this person that put this question, I got to give her a shout out that I looked at her account. I always look to see if people are real. Um, she just recently went to one of the New Kids on the Block concerts.
Okay. That was
So
like
I think you may be asking for the 90s, ma'am. Uh, which again, the
oh,
dancing with Donnie Wahlberg, it's too much.
it's
It's
too
too
much.
much.
Because those guys
Um,
legitimately think they're still that age. Listen, we could go on about
well,
this.
there's still women screaming for them like they are.
Listen, and those women are our age that just need to not.
Yeah, it's rough. It's
Yeah.
really rough. Um, I put Brittany. We need a arc
Okay.
in the story. We need
Okay.
a healthy comeback.
Yes. I'm here
We
for
need
that.
something. Yeah. And I
Okay.
think if we can hold out and get some help, I think it could happen if they really make the biopic of her.
Yes. Let's hope that the rehab she's actually at is actually beneficial.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, you ready for some Y Factor?
It's just a Y factor.
All right. What do you have
Hey,
that you were not
not
liking this week?
what I'm not liking this week are snakes. Literal snakes.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you not to send anything like that again because it gives me a jolt every time.
So last week I was working doing something and Grayson was in the backyard. I think we were fixing to go somewhere. We needed to leave soon. And I knew he had gone into the backyard with just his boxers on. And so I needed him to like be showered and dressed. Listen, that's the thing. So I
Okay.
go to open the door and I step onto the back porch and I see Grayson is trying to yell at the dog to get the dog inside. And I was like, just get inside. She'll come in when she's ready. And he said, well, she's trying to fight the snake. And I said, what? So there's a snake against the house. I'm over here around the corner, the dog, and then the kid. And I was like, listen, he heard so many four-letter words that came out of my mouth. Get in the house. I don't care about the dog. If the dog gets bit, the dog gets bit. We'll get it to a vet. Like, I care about you getting in the house safely. The fact that he's trying to like think he's going to battle this snake, whatever. So I get him in. The dog runs in behind him.
Where did he get that? Okay. That's what they thought about Satan too. Hmm. Yes. I mean, y'all are saving the neighborhood. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Listen, I don't have a garden, so I don't need you. Yeah. Mm-mm. No. Um, yes. Yes. I mean, I vote for that for sure. Yeah, Becca sent it to me and I was like, I do not need to see that. Um, ugh. Well, speaking of TikTok, my algorithm got messed up this week. I don't know how it happened, but somehow I got off on the evangelical wing of TikTok. And I think what happened was I was scrolling through. I think what happened was I was scrolling through, and I don't know how it popped up originally. There was this guy singing, and I was like, oh, he has a really good voice. I didn't even hear the song he was singing. And he was in his home. He wasn't in a church. Turns out he's a Christian singer or something. I don't know. He's not even a Christian singer. That's the thing. He's a church singer. He's on the praise team. But then my algorithm, I had church after church after church, and just like the worship time. And listen, no offense. I mean, it just, I just think there's a lot of PTSD wrapped up in that for me. And I gotta tell you, it's kept me away from the network because I can't. I sit there and I get so cynical in it and I get stuck in it. And I'm like, I'm watching, and then there's more. And then I flip to the next one. I'm like, oh, yeah, it just, oh man, I've had to stay away. So anything you guys want to send me on TikTok, please do because it'll change my algorithm. Be much appreciated. Okay, well, what are you liking though? Okay. Oh, mhm. Like spreadsheet. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, national treasure. Yeah, they're not players. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Mm. Oh, I was really sad when they split up. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. You might be interested in this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did you watch that reality show? Yeah, same. We were never, my dad didn't watch wrestling either, which is weird. I mean, not weird, I guess, but my dad actually wrestled when he was in the Air Force, but not like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's an American culture thing. Yeah. Um, I've got two things. Have you heard of Stella Lefty? Okay, she's a country singer, dipping my toe into your world. Um, she's got this new song called Boston. Um, and she guest appeared with somebody at Stagecoach. I don't remember who it was. Maybe Lainey Wilson? I can't remember. Anyway, I love the song and I love her voice. You'll have to check it out and let me know what you think. Second up is it's a weird one for me. Which is where my TikTok algorithm was earlier this week and needs to remain. Okay. Somehow I got on cooking chefs and people like that, private chefs specifically. But this girl, her name is on TikTok, it's at Lily of the Galley, which I thought was funny. Maybe that's how it changed my algorithm because Lily of the Valley. Well, anyway, she's a private chef on a private yacht. And it is so mesmerizing because, first of all, it's beautiful where she is every time. But also, it's like she's cooking in like non-traditional setup, right? Because it's not like, I mean, there's a decent sized kitchen for because it's like a super yacht. Um, but like when their guests come on, sometimes she has to like pack it up and take it to the beach because they want to eat up there. But she's cooking on things that's like not a traditional kitchen. And she makes really interesting things. and I have just really fallen in love with it. The whole private chef culture was inundating my TikTok. It was like private chefs for athletes, private chefs in the Hamptons, like all those kind of people. I just think it's super interesting, and what a life. Couldn't do it because I can't cook that well. So, they um they do a lot of things with sprouts, and I don't feel like I'm eating grass. Yeah, I can do some orzo because I do love some risotto. But yeah, no, that's weird. Well, I feel like this was one of our faster episodes. Yeah, I think that's just indicative of how the draft went for us, really. I'm ready for some fantasy football again. Well, thanks for listening, y'all. Keep the questions coming, and we'll see y'all next week after the Met. So, bye, y'all.